James Gunn is back for Guardians of the Galaxy 3, but what does this mean for Suicide Squad 2? In the most shocking Marvel cinematic news since we watched Spider-Man turn to dust before our eyes, it was confirmed that Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 1 and 2 director James Gunn will return to direct Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. After Gunn's initial firing from the project, there wasn't much news besides it's on an indefinite hold, and fans spent the entire time wondering who Disney could bring in to fill Gunn's shoes. Well, now it appears that Disney has found the perfect person to replace James Gunn. It's James Gunn!
And I'm just a naturally likable guy.
Of course, James Gunn being back is good news for fans who couldn't imagine what the Guardians would be without Gunn's unique voice and vision, but it also comes with a new wrinkle of complication. Since getting fired from Marvel, Gunn has signed on to direct Suicide Squad 2 for Marvel's direct competitor, DC. So what does Gunn's return to the Guardians mean for the Suicide Squad sequel? In case you've been living under a rock and missed all of the drama, after writing and directing Guardians of the Galaxy 1 and 2, James Gunn was fired by Disney due to years-old tweets that were deemed offensive last year. Gunn apologized, saying he had evolved as a person, but Disney stood by its decision. Even though he had already written the script, Gunn's departure meant the third Guardians of the Galaxy film was in limbo, with no director and no clear plans of moving forward. Fans quickly looked to other directors who could potentially take up the mantle of Guardians director, with Thor Ragnarok director Taika Waititi being a clear fan favorite due to his ability to infuse his zany comedic sensibilities into the previously lackluster Thor franchise. But no directors seemed to want the job, and Taika Waititi even explained why he didn't want to take on Guardians 3 at the TCAs this year, saying, "For me, those are James Gunn's films. Going into something like that with his stamp all over his films would be like going into someone's house and saying, 'Hey, I'm your new dad, and this is how we make peanut butter sandwiches now.' It feels kind of awkward." So while the director slot remained empty over at Marvel, James Gunn wasn't waiting around for the House of the Mouse to have a change of heart and ask him back. He went over to the other side of the aisle and signed on to write and direct a DC film, Suicide Squad 2. Of course, everything got blown the F up when last Friday Disney announced that they had rehired James Gunn to direct Guardians of the Galaxy 3. According to Deadline, Walt Disney Studios chairman Alan Horn met with Gunn multiple times to address the tweet drama, and in light of Gunn's public apology, decided to rehire him. That sounds awkward. 2 superhero movies from 2 competitors. How is this all going to shake out? Well, for DC fans who might have been worried Gunn would be leaving the Suicide sequel to run back into Disney's open arms, have no fear. Turns out he's still helming the DC flick over at Warner Brothers. We also got some new details this week about Gunn's take that the film is now confirmed to be a full reboot of Suicide Squad, with producers calling it The Suicide Squad and introducing Idris Elba as Deadshot, replacing Will Smith. The film is expected to start shooting as soon as September of this year, with word that Guardians 3 will begin pre-production shortly after the Suicide Squad reboot has wrapped. For now, the Suicide Squad is expected to drop sometime in 2021, and as for Guardians, assuming they hit the ground running, it's probably safe to expect it sometime between 2021 and 2022. But what do you folks think? Which are you more excited to see, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 or the Suicide Squad? And do you think James Gunn is more likely to sneak a Marvel Easter egg into the Suicide Squad or a DC Easter egg into Guardians 3? Let's discuss. Be sure to like, subscribe, and mash that little bell to get notified whenever we go live or drop a new video, like today with the latest Nerdist remix, where we combine the classic tale about a boy who magically becomes a man overnight, Big, with the superhero tale about a boy who becomes a man overnight, Shazam. Who didn't see this one coming?